Lugal, show me definition for egalitarianism. Hey guys, it's MGTOW Dad. I apologize. Normally I come out here to get some little peace and calm and serenity. I was going to share that with you guys while I did this video, but they're cutting the grass right across the creek. So I apologize for that noise, and I may stop talking oddly as they're coming back around when it gets loud and edit that out. But feminists, you need to do better. I get very sick of, and this has been brewing in the back of my mind for a couple weeks after a friend sent me a video by someone who is a I think self-proclaimed libertarian and also a feminist.
I consider myself a feminist.
And I watched several videos by her. I'll link or share some of it, whatever. But in one video, she defines herself as a feminist because she believes in, and I'm going to butcher it, so maybe I'll put it in here, but in my own words, treating people equally and all that, regardless of gender and sex and color and what, all the things, whatever that are the buzzwords.
And that means I advocate for women's rights on the basis of the equality of the sexes. True feminism is the belief that all people should have equal rights, equal opportunity, and equal command of their own destiny.
That really irks me. And again, I'm a wordophile, if that's a word. And if not, I'm claiming it. But I'm fascinated by words because I think the definition of words matter. Now, even if you use them outside of the definition or use them colloquially or contextually, that's fine, as long as the premise of the definition is understood. Feminism, to some people, is treating everybody equally, which, again, if at the beginning of this video I pulled up the definition of egalitarianism, which is what people think feminism is.
Unfortunately, with the idea of men's rights groups that are not feminist groups, that see contemporary feminism as taking something away from them, when it's not. It's about creating a more equal world for all, inclusive.
True feminism is the belief that all people should have equal rights, equal opportunity, and equal command of their own destiny.
Feminism literally just means you believe in equality of the sexes.
For the record, feminism, by definition, is the belief that men and women should have equal rights and opportunities. It is the theory of the political, economic, and social equality of the sexes.
You recognize that there has been
all people, irrespective of their gender or sexuality or age or class or caste, are supposed to be treated as equals.
Feminism is advocating for equal rights between men and women, and not only just the equal rights but also the opportunity to access these equal rights.
But if you look at the historical usage of the word until it starts to get more diluted today by our colloquial usage of it, saying again, feminism is saying everybody's equal, which is egalitarianism. So what did if egalitarianism has always been egalitarianism, what has feminism been? Why did they create feminism as a word? Oh, because if you look back at, again, not what we're using today, not what people think it is, not what people want it to be, not what reclaimers want it to be, not what women really, really, really wish feminism always was. Feminism was, and I'll grant you some premise. Let's say that feminism did start as, which I don't believe this, but for the sake of argument, let's say feminism was that everybody should be treated equally and women are oppressed, and so they need, again, feminism starts as, it has the inherent belief that you have to accept that it's not egalitarianism, it's different from egalitarianism because women are oppressed, women need help, women can't, women victim, woman can't. And the only way that we can be equal to women is to force and coerce them into things to make them on equal terms with men. Meaning we need to make more women do things they don't want, like become police officers and firefighters, and force them out of jobs that they want to do naturally, and again, upset a whole natural system. I wanted to go off on a diatribe about natural systems in marriage. I was watching a Karen Strahan video, but I'm going to pause because the garbage truck is literally pulling up. I may let the bangs just stay, but hopefully I don't get my train derailed too far. So, in fact, they're going to be coming here, so I'm going to kind of cut this short. Words matter, definitions matter. The video I was watching that got my thought going in this direction, that got me thinking back to this whole thing from several weeks ago, was, and again, I'm things matter, and there are people who, for example, say, I read what an egalitarian is, and I want to be that. And some people like me, and this happens with me more often than not, because I often brag I'm incredibly not smart. I don't know a lot. I can fill libraries with what I don't know. MGTOW is another example. Egalitarian, heterodox. I never was like, oh, that's a cool word, I want to be that. Not Republican, Democrat, centrist, skeptic. All of these things, I am what I am. I came to terms with who I am, and when I was exposed to these different terms and words, I realized I was things. But there are certain people who realize there is a thing that they want to move to. But regardless, these words matter. The video about Karen Strahan was about her claiming to be an anti-feminist, and hearing her position of it, there are different positions I'm starting to change on. For example, I used to say I was pro-life, and now I believe I'm anti-abortion. And I never thought I was an anti-feminist until rewatching this video several years after I already watched it. She makes some interesting points about, again, not only being indifferent to feminism, but being actively against it, and if I could equate it in my own terms, the negative outweigh the positive. And now we can get into the weeds about whether that was the intent or not, because I do believe a lot of that is the intent, even if most of people weren't sold on that. But again, because most people were sold on what's feminism, everybody's equal, which is not feminism. Again, wake up, people. Garbage truck is here. Take care of yourselves, take care of the ones you love, and go easy.
And scarcity and war, right? And all of those things kept that engine from getting too far. That was a pushback. Men were never the pushback. Men were the ones who were standing between women and the pushback, right? And I guess women interpreted that as because there was a layer of men in between what was pushing against them. They figured men were pushing against them.
Where did you go? Worth the noise. Lawnmowers to the left of them, garbage trucks to the right, and here they are, stuck in the middle